Hello everybody, my name is Jared Spiker and I currently live in Honolulu, Hawaii, and I've been a Honolulu police officer for about 3 years. My speech today is connected to the seatbelt laws in the different states. We know that in certain cases, seatbelts can be beneficial for our health and even save our lives and the lives of loved ones around us. The main question is, how far can the states go in executing seatbelt laws without violating people's amendments and constitutional rights? In order to answer this question, we need to look at the amendments and the choices a person is allowed to make for himself or herself. If they're an adult and they're over 18 years of age, they have the right to do a lot of things. Some seatbelt laws infringe a person's rights as guaranteed in the Fourth Amendment, unreasonable searches and seizures. And to elaborate on that, unreasonable searches and seizures go to basically saying law enforcement officers need probable cause to stop a vehicle, to go through someone's belongings, or a search warrant, enter someone's house. There needs to be a reason to do things. We can't enter people's houses or stop people for no reason. The states who have primary seatbelt laws are similar to unwarranted intrusion by government into the personal lives of citizens. This is the reason why 15 states made the enforcement secondary, which means a police officer cannot stop a driver solely for not wearing a seatbelt unless that officer has witnessed other traffic violations. People argue that the seatbelt law can be used as an excuse to stop you for any reason at any time. For that reason is why New Hampshire is the only state that has a no seatbelt law for people over 18. Pretty common sense. Basically means if you're over 18, you're an adult, you can wear one, you cannot wear one, because you're only putting yourself in danger. One of the strongest articles against the seatbelt laws was written by Tom Morris during 2012. He said that wearing seatbelts is a smart idea by the government, but it's a bad idea for them to punish people for not wearing seatbelts, with the exception of children. Children are kids. They don't know what they're doing most of the time. They listen and follow adults. So if they see an adult wearing it, they'll wear it. If they see an adult not wearing it, they're not going to wear it. They don't know any better. Seatbelt laws do not meet the test of protecting one person from from the actions of another, from harming themselves, and general warfare. Basically means from car accidents. The role of the government could be used more toward education and advice, because when it exceeds those limits and begins to punish choices, it breaks the value of personal freedom. So, that being said, we can use the laws to educate people more instead of punishing them. We can give educational seminars about why it's important to use seatbelts and the studies and the facts that we've shown, instead of just stopping your car and giving them a citation saying, here's the fine, $200, not wearing a seatbelt, don't do it again. That's not going to leave a good impression on people. Besides that fact, the seatbelt primary laws are reasons for less individual liberty and more scope for police discretion. In some states, seatbelt violations have unreasonable fines. In California, a single seatbelt violation can cost as much as $490. Most people don't have anything against mandatory seatbelt laws, but they're against the enormous fines. Money's tight these days, the economy's not doing so well, the money is a big issue. Seatbelts might save some people in certain kinds of accidents, but there are evidence that in other kinds of people have been more seriously injured, even killed because of the use of seatbelts. Neck injuries are the most common causes of death, because when you're using the seatbelt and you get into an accident, the impact, your head moves forward while the body is restrained, which can cause paralyzing injuries. The representative of Rhode Island said in an article in 2011, when Rhode Island passed the primary seatbelt law, that there were 30,000 people killed with seatbelts in accidents because the car was on fire and they could not get out. In his interview, he wanted to explain that the majority of people are saved by seatbelts, but the laws of keeping forcing them to do that is actually their own individual right to make that decision. Basically, he's saying if you're an adult, you're only jeopardizing your own safety. So you can wear it, you cannot wear it. The seatbelt laws start to get tighter and tighter and break constitutional rights. Drivers cannot speed, drink, and drive, or use their cell phone while driving because that endangers other people's lives. If a driver doesn't want to wear a seatbelt, he's endangering only himself, the way people make choices to smoke and drink.